name is Dev Singh. So today we are discussing about the basic element of communication system. First of all, communication system definition is a message or data transferring one place to another place. If any data transmitting one place to another place is called the communication system. So in this communication, we can categorize two types. First one is analog communication and digital communication. So in that analog communication, we have to discuss the first topic is basic element of the communication system. So before that, first we know the two signal, that is message signal and the carrier signal. Message signal in the sense, message signal is a low frequency signal. This signal cannot travel the long distance purpose. So that means the message signal is information present in that signal. So that message signal we can also call the modulating signal. Okay? So this message signal, it cannot travel the long distance purpose. Same as carrier signal means to carry the signal. So this carrier signal is a high frequency signal. So high frequency signal, it travel the long distance purpose. If any data transmitting for the long distance purpose, we can use the carrier signal. So carrier signal in the sense to carry the signal. So which signal is carrying means message signal is carrying. So that's why generally we can call, so message signal we can call it as a heroine, and carrier signal we call the hero signal. Why? Because message in the sense is a low frequency signal, carrier in the sense is the high frequency signal. Okay? So if I data transmit the long distance purpose, mainly I can use the carrier signal. Okay? Now we are entering into the topic. First, basic element of the communication system. Any communication system and any data transmitting one place to another place, first we use the input signal. So in this communication system, I am using the input signal is voice signal. So voice signal range is 300 to 3.5 megahertz of ranges. Now that input signal is given to the transducer. Generally, voice signal we can call it as a non-electrical signal. So this non-electrical signal converting into the electrical signal, we can use the transducer. So transducer in the sense it converting one form of energy into another form. So that's why we can use the transducer. So here I am giving the input signal is voice signal. That voice signal is a non-electrical signal. That non-electrical signal is converted into the electrical signal. Now that voice signal, electrical signal is the analog signal. That analog signal is given to the input of the modulation. Now output of transducer is given the input of the modulation. Now modulation job is, so generally modulation in the sense carrier signal is changed according to the message signal, we can call it as a modulation signal. So in that modulation process, some encoding process is done. In this modulation process, we can do the transmitter part also. So encoding in the sense that signal is coming from the analog signal, that analog signal is converted into the digital signal. So that's why we can use the modulation or encoding process. In that modulation process also we can do the transmitter part. Okay? So that modulation output is given to the input of the channel. Now channel is connection between, channel is the mediator between modulation to the demodulation. So many of the channel is created some noise. So in channel only some noise is created. Okay? So channel in the sense it's a medium, it's a mediator between. So modulation and demodulation process. In the modulation process we can done the transmitter. In the modulation process we can done the encoding process also. In the same way, demodulation process in the sense original recovering signal. Original recovering signal we can call it as a demodulation. Same modulation here we done the transmitter part, but in demodulation we can done the receiver part. Same modulation done, we use the encoding part. Same demodulation we can done the
Demodulation we can done the decoder part also we can done. So that means here signal modulation process it converting in the analog signal into digital signal. Now demodulation process original recovery signal. So that means original recovery signal means that analog signal will be the output. Okay, that analog signal is a electrical signal. That electrical signal again given to the input of the transducer. That transducer again convert the electrical form into the non-electrical form. So non-electric form output is coming from there. So non-electrical signal in the sense, for example, you are giving the input signal as voice signal hello. That hello will be obtained at the output of the side. So this is the basic element of the communication system. Thank you.